America, and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. You can hear the excitement in my voice because, of course, it's my favorite day of the week. That, of course, is Free Speech Friday. That's fantastic. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of the show. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'm host and moderator of a political talk show. And on Fridays, I bring in my friends. We've got some regular voices that we're going to hear today. And then we are also going to talk with the host of Talker Magazine's Top 100, the hard-hitting 100. We've got Andy Hooser that's coming on with us as well. He does a lot of what I do over here, taking things from a constitution, a federalist type of standpoint, respecting the laws of our republic. And here's the thing. He does it from a slightly conservative side of things, which I was told the other day I'm also a conservative for some way. But to each their own, I suppose. There's people that yell at me for not being hard enough on the Reds, and then I got other people that say you let the Blues go too easy. You can't win as a centrist. I guess I'm just another Joe Manchin. Ooh, terrible. But anyway, we've got some other great people that are here. And one of those people that is on the way, that would be Mr. David Tease. But right here in studio with me right now, live, that, of course, is my good friend, Mr. James Vaselli. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's always great to pick your brain about the different things that are going on legally and all of these other things that are happening. So I really appreciate you being here and being a part of the show. We now have Miss Cecilia Brooks, who's jumping in with us too. We'll get her framed up for this camera in just a moment. But first, Jimmy, how have you been, man? How's your week been going?
Very good, very good. Very interesting week in the political world and otherwise. Came off a very great Bears win. Obviously, WRMN, sponsor or host of the Bears shows and games. But it was a really good week, and glad to be here and close out the week with everybody on the radio.
Did anybody have to call you up and be like, "Hey, how do I turn in my petitions late?"
It was filing week. It gets very interesting these couple weeks. I am fielding calls today about objections. Nobody from around here, but fielding calls today. You know, we really want to make sure that the petition process and the integrity of the election code of the state of Illinois is held up. So we do some election petition work and objection work, and been fielding a bunch of calls on that.
I was talking to David last week about it, and there's some laws even in the petition signing that you can't sign for somebody who you've already signed to get on there. So, like, let's say Cecilia and I are running for the same position. If you were to sign my petition, you can't go and sign Cecilia's petition. Otherwise, your signature gets wiped out.
Yeah, there are a lot of technical laws about the striking of petitions and what's an eligible signature or not. And we practice there. I've practiced in multiple counties all throughout the state. You know, when you get the statewide candidates, as my friend over here to the right is working on right now, you get these big stacks. I've also had, 15, 10 signatures or no less than 30 signatures in small municipalities. So, yeah, it's a very technical process.
What would you recommend the number of extra signatures should be? Should I get another 100%? I just doubled the signatures? Are you saying I should just maybe get an extra 20% just in case? What's that magic number right there?
The people who taught me 3 times that you should get 3 times.
Wow.
So if your requirement's 100, you get 300, and you're always safe with 3 times, unless there's process problems in there. But 3 times is the number I always tell the candidates to get. I very rarely get 3 times of them, but their failures are not mine. So take it from there.
Fair enough. We've got Cecilia Brooks joining us as well. You didn't have to file any petitions, did you, this week?
Funny enough, I actually did.
You did? What'd you file for?
I did. I had to file my petitions for precinct committeemen.
Oh,
for the 17th precinct in Elgin Township.
That'll be fantastic. Well, good luck to you. I'm glad that you got it in time too. So that's always it. Then this is for the parties, right? This is for people who are Dems and Republicans. But if I was an independent, I still have time to put any of my petitions in now, right?
You do, yes. You have until February 25th to even be able to start circulating petitions.
Oh, so I can't even start until next year.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I better hide some of these signatures I've got over here. No, I'm just joking.
Hey, what's that under your keyboard?
They're not position signatures, that's for sure. So it's great to have you both in here. And you know what? We are only like 7 days away from Halloween. How was your Halloween? Did you guys go out? I know you went trick-or-treating.
I went trick-or-treating. I dressed up as Darth Maul, which the morning show is very familiar with. And my son dressed up as Darth Vader. I will tell one brief story to bore everybody. Yeah. For those of us nerds who are into science fiction and Star Wars, we bumped into a family dressed up as Jedi Knights. Oh, no. And there was a duel. Obviously, we won. There was a duel in the middle of the street, and there were lightsaber battles. So super nerded out. It was great. I think me and the other dad, who was dressed up as Obi-Wan Kenobi, who I easily defeated, were far, more excited than even the kids.
That's pretty fun, especially to be able to get into the cosplay of things too. I mean, that's why I like Halloween so much is showing off your nerdum. Right? If you are a nerd, this is like your Mecca holiday to just put something out there. Cosplayers spend all year putting things together, different makeup for things. The boss lady has like 3 different shades of green makeup when she either does Alphaba, or does She-Hulk. Which is she'll do the same thing with all of that. So it's just fun to get into it for those things. It is great to see everybody out there on YouTube land. Head on over there, youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio. When we come back, I've got some weird stories here for our Free Speech Friday panel, and we will get into some of this week's topics, including Kim Kardashian says ChatGPT made her fail legal exams, quote, all the time. Stick around. More A Political Talk Show coming up after this.
I hate when that happens.
Government, economy, media, justice, they shape your choices, your opportunities, your future. But do they work for you or against you? On A Political Talk Show, we break them down, not to destroy, but to understand. Because if you don't see how the system works, you won't see when it's being manipulated or who's benefiting from it. Power belongs to those who know the rules, challenge the loopholes, and demand accountability. That starts with knowledge. That starts here. Join us weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. as we uncover what's really happening behind the headlines so you can decide for yourself what's fair, what's broken, and what needs to change. A Political Talk Show, breaking down the systems to build them up together. Right here, weekdays, 4 to 6 on WRMN, the talk of the town.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms. I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Chicago defense attorney Mark Schieblo has co-authored the book titled DUI Jury Trial, which is a true story of a DUI case that he defended. The accused was an Illinois truck driver arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. This book contains facts about the case from the date of the arrest up to the jury's verdict, and this nonfiction novel also includes the transcripts from the jury trial itself. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to a political talk show on WRMN. Let's bring in the Free Speech Friday panel. Here they are. And we've played a little bit of musical chairs from everybody. And that's to make sure that you know that it's a different episode of Free Speech Friday.
We have to keep them on their toes.
Exactly. Down on the far end over there, we've got Mr. David Tees. In the middle, we've got James Vaselli of Vaselli Law, JMVChicagoLaw.com is the place to go. And, of course, we've got Miss Cecilia Brooks. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I'm late again. Sorry, boss.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Yeah. Traffic's going to be bad. I'm McLean by 20 and Lillian Streets down to one lane. So folks getting out of work, ECC, and all those factories off of Fleetwood, good luck.
Yeah, it is rough out there. Especially what gets me is the construction that's still happening over here on 25 on Dundee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That still gets me because I got to come from the north side, and they keep diverting me. So I don't know.
Geez, it gets to a point where there's certain times of the day here in downtown where I just don't even bother moving my car. I'm like, yep, nope, I'm not going anywhere right now.
Well, that's the great thing about walkability, too. I mean, having a place where you can just go out and walk. I mean, there's a lot of times where even when you're at work, right, you think, oh, well, I'm at work, maybe I'll just walk down to the place. But even then, some people's offices aren't even at a downtown side. I absolutely love working downtown. It is fantastic. I can go right across the street if I want some shawarma. I've got the coffee shops that are just down the road. I try to stay away from the Jimmy John's. I'm a Jersey Mike's guy. Sorry, Jimmy John's. I know you're freaky fast, but not freaky good.
There goes the sponsorship and the advertising.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, we don't have, that's the next commercial. Oh,
I would say it's toast, but that's Potbelly's.
it's toast, yeah. The Potbelly's is really good, too, especially that pizza sandwich or whatever
I
they get.
swear, I think they're slept on a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
Steak and Shake doesn't get enough credit. I'll leave it at that.
That's an okay transition for Miss Kim Kardashian, which is famous for other things now, but famous for that one thing at the beginning. A reality TV star who graduated from a law program in May, she revealed that she used ChatGPT to study for exams, but it often led her in the wrong direction or caused her to fail the tests. Kim said she would get frustrated with ChatGPT and yell at it for making her fail, to which the AI would respond by telling her it was teaching her to trust her own instincts. Despite her struggles with the AI, Kardashian shared that she will be qualified as a lawyer in 2 weeks and is considering pursuing a career as a trial lawyer in the future. Look out, Alina Habba. We got some competition.
Look out, Jimmy Vaselli. Yeah, right. Hey,
It's been great, everybody.
Jimmy, can I use ChatGPT to get my Esquire?
No. Oh, my gosh. This is the worst idea a Kardashian's ever had, and that's saying a lot. It's first of all, she's yelling at the AI. So when singularity occurs, she'll be the first to go, which is a great thing. Second of all, no, please, no one use AI to practice law. I get it. It's just a terrible, terrible idea. Real lawyers, not people who play them on TV or on the radio, are getting sanctioned from governing bodies because they are using AI to practice law. It's a disgrace. This is the profession of Lincoln, and now I've got Kim K. I mean, go make your skims. I'm all down with it. You're the best, Kim.
With that new line, I don't know too much about that. Maybe she should quit her day job too.
And what was that? So I can become a lawyer?
ChatGPT.
Oh, okay, thanks. I'll get on that right now. I'll be a lawyer in about 2 hours.
Right.
Could I say something about that? I mean, when social media started, Twitter, Facebook, X, whatever, all that stuff, people were like glued to their phones. And now we talked about AI as a double-bladed sword. I think it's now a one-bladed sword.
Yeah,
it's going to destroy us. We talked about using dumb AIs for the smart AIs to watch other people trying to take it out, and it's evolving. I'm starting to see more and more people use Chat GPT, is it called, whatever it is, to talk for them.
Yeah.
They're in phone conversations and they're typing everything in, and it answers the questions for them because they can't socialize anymore. And they're using it for Robert Rules of Orders or for like, oh, well, is this a law or is this not a law? And it's just destroying them. Now we got a new way of destroying society and communication because now it's taking over them, it's manipulating them, and it's telling them how to think. It's evolving on them.
Have you guys seen the Copilot commercials as well? The Microsoft Copilot commercials that are going around? A lot of it is like there's an assistant that needs to summarize the report for the boss, right? That's supposed to be their whole job, is to summarize the report and give them the footnotes and everything else. And they're just throwing it at the AI real quick. The boss gets on the elevator and goes, hey, I need those things. And then by the time the guy races down the stairs, the AI has already got it. Here you go, sir. I got it for you. I look over at the boss lady and I go, this is absolutely built for people that got their job because Uncle somebody or such got them in there. That's what this is built for. This is built for people that have bachelor degrees that probably shouldn't. That are probably in this position. Where I tell my students for it, AI is a fantastic tool. A hammer will not build you a house. A hammer will help you build a house and make it easier to build the house, but you are building the house. So use the hammer in the correct way. Use it for you having the knowledge, and then you point the hammer at the thing that you need to do. Is ChatGPT or AI in general, do we think that this is just going to be the calculator, right? Nobody can do math in their head anymore because we all have calculators. Is this what this is? I don't want to read anything. I don't want to also write anything. So I'll just have a robot do everything for me.
I think this is the downfall of humanity as we know it.
But we're trying not to do a doomer show over here.
Sorry. Well, I swear I'm the most optimistic person normally, but I will say, I think the only person who's been warning people about AI longer than I have is Stephen Hawking himself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. They put the singularity at the end of 2027. Over or under? Over or under?
Under.
Under. Yeah, under.
The singularity coming a bit faster for us. That is a lot of laws that need to be put in place. It's one of those things that the technology is going faster than the old people that we elected know what to do with it. So I think what's going to end up happening is AI is just going to outpace any legislation that we might be able to come up with. Speaking of that, what legislation do you think we should come up with AI for this? Is there something that we should turn around and say all new versions need to be approved by a council, or what do we do? Because we do a lot more things in the name of national security that we haven't even looked at AI to do yet. Do we see anything? Is there something that comes to the top of our mind of what legislations that we should put in here?
A kill switch.
A kill switch in general?
When it
Okay.
gets out of control and it evolves and it starts taking over our stuff. This isn't the Terminator. This isn't like iRobot. This is a system, to me, is manipulate. Now it has figured out how to manipulate human brains, and it's just getting better at it. The computer will always outsmart us. And if you say a computer only does what you put into it, not with this system.
Not necessarily what you put into it, what we all put into it.
Right.
is the other
I
side.
asked my wife, what's for dinner tonight? She went to ChatGPT, and it says, hey, he likes to have pizza on Fridays because it learned my habits.
Wow. That's fantastic.
The Narvian tankless
Is that not terrifying to anybody else? Is it just me?
A Narvian tankless water heater has a system on there, an eternal circulator that learns the creature's habits after 2 weeks. So if you wake up every morning, 5 o'clock, turn on your shower, after 2 weeks, learning your patterns, it will have the water already circulating 5 minutes before you take that shower or when you come home. The system is learning the creature's habits. And that's what AI is doing, in my opinion, is learning our habits to manipulate us.
But we're teaching them too. Yeah. We've also got the Director of Health and Human Services also encouraging everybody to wear smart devices too. Yeah. In that same vein. Now I get it. It tracks your heart rate, it tracks your oxygen levels, your movement, and all of the things like that. But if it can track you, it's one step away from the government or any other authority being able to look at you.
That's so concerning. I mean, it's so concerning to me when the government wants any type of surveillance, again, whether it's whomever, regardless of whichever administration is in power at that time. I think it's always extraordinarily concerning when the government wants to have a certain mass amount of different types of data on you. There is zero reason that anybody, especially a smartwatch or anything, needs to understand my sleep schedules. I mean, I don't even have a sleep schedule. Why are you trying to monitor that if I don't?
I don't even know my sleep schedule. I just go to sleep wherever I am.
As a matter of fact.
It's time. Well, Jimmy, let's look all the way back to the founding fathers, right? Let's take a time machine. Let's go back to 17, what have you, probably 80 something when the Constitution was put together. But in the Fourth Amendment, it talks about how we have right to our own personal property and things. Is my data mine?
It's really interesting. So I would say yes. My gut says yes, but my head says no, because the data is actually a compilation of, zeros and ones from what the device has that's on you.
And it's also the other side of I'm allowed to record data in public.
Right.
Like I could sit at a bench and I can go, lady with red hair came in at one whatever, and that's public. Is that where they're kind of putting this at and saying, well, it's public data. I can kind of just put up a monitoring device in public and record it from there?
Yeah, I mean, that is where it's at. And to the personal items, you surrender some of that when you use that. Every time we were talking about going away and we were talking about water parks and all, obviously pure coincidence that a bunch of pop-up ads came up for Wisconsin Dells, right?
Yep.
So it is that public use exception and exemption. And it is, we kind of surrender it. When we put these things in the cloud, there are ramifications to it. I really liked it when I thought what I would look like when I was 90 years old, till I found out that it was like some Russian bot that was
capturing everybody's
all my faces, right? That's great. And I don't need the Russians spying on me too. I got my own country spying on me. But it is, I do think that I just, when you brought up the founding fathers, it would blow their minds about this. Like this was not contemplated.
Yeah, the only thing omnipotent back then was God.
Right.
Like that was it. It was like, you're telling me God's watching me? Okay, I already knew that, buddy. But the other side of it too that I see with this is we give our information to a corporation. We freely give it to them. What gives the corporation the right to give it to the government? That's the step that I don't like so much. It's one of those things, by all means, I signed up to give my information to this place here because, I don't know, I would like to have a smart water heater, or I'd like my lights to come on when I come home, or something along those lines. But it's the privacy of the corporation that I gave my stuff to that then turns around and sells it out from there. Should I just be reading more fine print and going, well, it says that they're going to do that. And when I said yes and clicked the accept, it said they were going to do it. Even to the point where Disney, do you remember the Disney one where if you signed up for Disney Plus, you signed up and said you would never sue Disney in a courtroom, it would be arbitrated. So you would have to have an arbiter for that, right? No, that's the person that does the
An arbiter
trees.
or mediation. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. An arborist.
Arborist. There you go. That's a different guy.
Right.
But anyway, that was the crux of it. Somebody got injured at Disney World, and because they signed up for Disney Plus, they weren't allowed to sue. Is this where fine print stands up regardless of what the fine print says, or are there sometimes, hold on a second, that fine print is incredibly egregious, then it doesn't stand? Or does all fine print stand all the time?
I mean, I think in that case, they threw it out and they said that it was essentially a contract of adhesion where they weren't paying attention. I am not sure, but I will look that up.
I'm just saying in general.
No, generally, yeah. I mean, you agreed to it, and you're right. But, you have a contract with Disney. Does Disney have a contract, maybe bad example, but does Disney have a contract with the federal government, or is there a sharing, right? But I would, from a practical standpoint, people are like, I can't believe the government would listen to me. I'm like, I check your phone, like moron. Like, they are following you, they are listening to you, the whole 9 yards. And if you don't think that, then honestly, I can't help you. I mean, at some point in time, I just can't help you. But no, the fine print does stand up. It's on their terms and conditions. I think in that situation, someone found a way to invalidate.
Yeah, I think they threw it out or something along those lines, because I think it was too egregious at that point for it. Cecilia, do you have any suggestions on how I can keep the government and everybody from looking at me? Is it just one of those things that I just got to put my phone in a Faraday cage every night when I go to bed, and so that nobody can text me or even look at where I am? Or are there some sort of like habits that I can stay safe out there on the internet?
There definitely are. So, for example, for iPhone users, if you download a new app and then you click on that new app, it will say allow app to. It says something like app will track usage across other apps, and it'll be like do not allow or allow, but allow is always the first option. I always hit ask apps and do not track. There's also certain things, it takes work, but you can email certain places. Like, you just scroll down to the very bottom. For example, it's at the very bottom of the Xfinity app, and it'll be like, do not sell my data. And you click on that, and it's tedious for sure, but it is worth it, in my opinion. As well as location sharing, like, make sure that's not just randomly set. Like, on Instagram, if I weren't private, it would have randomly been set to completely public for my location. I don't want every single person that follows me on Instagram to know where I am.
Oh, absolutely not. You're a public figure.
Thank you. I gotta hide. I gotta have my privacy, guys. No paparazzi here.
David, do you think possibly this is the time to have maybe a digital users bill of rights or something like that, where we turn around and we say, look, as citizens, we have the right to not be tracked. We have the right to not have our data collected without our knowledge. Do we have is this the time to do it?
Well, it would be, but corporations are going to fight you tooth and nail because they want to know everything about you. I mean, you can watch TV and talk to your wife. Say, man, my knee is hurting. 10 minutes later, you're getting a knee pain commercial for a pharmaceutical company. Strange, There were sometimes it's really weird that I actually thought about a song, go to my Pandora, put on my song list, and jump in the shower, and that song comes on.
That's the song you
It's
do
like,
it.
are they reading my mind, But the only, Bill of Rights, I think it would be a great idea, but boy, that's going to be a long process. A lot of lawyers involved. And besides, the only ones that read disclosures are lawyers. I don't read a disclosure, you know. I mean, Jimmy Facelli probably reads every disclosure on every little thing very thoroughly, you know. Other than me, I'm just like, okay, I'll do it. Yeah.
That's it. I asked Jimmy to join Discord the other day, and it was like 4 days later. He was I finally got the thing done. I finally read the whole thing. It was
you know, you want to go out to lunch? Well, I got to check out this here and make sure. But no, I'm going to tell you guys, I've actually gotten off of Facebook. I didn't delete my profile. I just don't look at it
much
anymore.
right now.
Well, yeah, it's just too much BS. You know, you don't know what's real, what's not anymore with AI. It's like I'm not falling off the grid. I'm going back in time and be normal again, and watch the news, and then determine what's actually real on that or not. We can't determine anything anymore. And yeah, having a Bill of Rights for us is great because maybe we could fix this false information that people are using AI to give to us. It's like I said earlier, too many people are using AI to speak. I watched a guy using AI to answer questions at a meeting.
Yeah.
Can't you answer it yourself?
concerning.
We've seen them right there. Just pop it
What are you
through.
going to bring AI onto the golf course? You hit the ball and it's slicing. What do? Yell for stupid. It's just this is where it's going. I mean, I think it's just getting more and more crazy. And the only ones that are going to understand it, I'm not, are going to be kids. I mean, that's what's going to go on, and they're going to get manipulated.
Yeah, and I think they use a lot of the mentalist and even hypnosis type of practices for things.
Exactly.
Because here's the other thing for it too. A mentalist is really good at putting a thought in your head. And what they'll do is they will subtly add something to you. Like for me, a good example is I could turn around and I could be like, man, I've got to make sure that my trunk is packed for my vacation coming up. Can't forget that steel trap up here. Hey, tell me an animal. And somebody would go elephant because I just said trunk. I just said the side of it because I fed those characteristics to you. And you already have that at front of mind. And I think that's where maybe your Pandora comes in for it, is maybe you heard the song in a commercial, and that's why it's stuck in your head. And then at the same time that the commercial was heard by you, it was also heard by your Pandora app. And then the Pandora app goes, okay, let's put them together.
Yeah.
My really scary point is there are frequencies we cannot hear that machines can.
And dogs.
And dogs, and that's
And
actually
dogs.
where the spiritual realm is. And
okay.
not to go there, but like actually, yes, humans all emit our brain waves emit frequencies, and just like the frequencies that your microwave emits, and all around the world, there's these many tiny frequencies that are emitted by all of these things. Yes, like dogs can hear, and yes, that certain paranormal activity and like paranormal researchers will pick up with that equipment specifically because it is those frequencies and that are created by spiritual phenomenons. It's all in this plane that we cannot hear to the normal human ear.
Cecilia, touch him. I think he's a hologram trying to get us to
he's
look
just
over
making sure.
there
Oh, not
and
again. Let me
look
just-
over there and keep us away from the
I
real
can't.
truth. I think he's an AI hologram.
Speaking
look
of
over there.
mentalists,
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing too, is so we look at it as far as the numbers go for me as the engineer. So we record things in what we call 44,100 essentially frames per second. It's the best way to look at it. That can capture 22,000 hertz. Our human hearing goes up to about 20,000 or so. That gives me a good 2,000 hertz to play around with. They are now recording things in a much higher quality at 48,000 frames per second is the best way to describe it. It can now take 24,000 hertz to record. That is 4,000 higher than what we can hear as humans. Our machines can hear those things. They are data in there. There is a company that's out there right now that puts a transponder that just pushes that frequency in their store. And if you have the app, when you come into the store's notification pops off and says, hey, these are all of the specials that you get because of this app. It's not geolocation. It's not, hey, my Wi-Fi kicked on and connected to the thing. It is listening to a specific frequency that is tuned to that particular business. So let's say I'm watching TV and we all double screen. We all have 2 screens going on, but sometimes 3, I'm sure. But 2 at least. We've got our phone sitting in our pocket, etc. Let's say I put a McDonald's commercial out, and that McDonald's commercial has a either sub-audible frequency, something that's lower, or an ultrasonic frequency. Either way, my phone now knows that I was just fed a McDonald's ad. Maybe the next time I open up my Facebook to reinforce that McDonald's ad, I might get another one on Facebook instead. Have you ever seen that before? Because I know you have. So it's one of those things now that I think in the digital age, because everything is free in general, I think we ended up with this, we're the consumers, or we're the product to someone else. And that someone else is the one that buys our data to then sell us more things. Not to completely put a dystopian type of spin to it, but this is where we've got to figure out what is happening. Technology is moving so fast that we can't create legislation if we don't know that there is even a problem, or even if it is a problem. Already seeing everything move so slow, it's going there. But I've got a new lawyer that I can hire to ask these questions, and it's Jim Vasselli. You thought I was going to say Kim Kardashian, wouldn't you? You thought I was going to say Kim Kardashian. No, JMV Chicago Law, that's the place to go.
Thank you. Yeah, those little tiny brain waves that you were talking about, I imagine Kim Kardashian's brain waves are very small and very tiny.
She could never be you anyway.
Right. Thank you.
It's true. I think you guys should have an Esquire off and just go back and forth with something. I'll have her people reach out to our people. Please. I'll see what I can do with it. Hey, we've run through the break, and that's okay because I'm the one in charge of the clock. Stick around. We've got more Apolitical Talk Show coming up after this.
Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. Naperville will honor veterans and service members with its annual Field of Healing Honor display, which will feature hundreds of American flags. Residents can visit the Field of Healing Honor November 7th through the 12th, with a Veterans Day observance planned for November 11th. This year, the goal is to display at least 2,205 American flags. A ceremony will be held tonight at 5 on Rotary Hill, where a performance of taps will herald the opening of the 2025 Field of Healing Honor. Taps will be played daily at 5 p.m. during each night of the Field of Honor. On November 11th, the Veterans Day observance will be held at 11 a.m. Flags can be purchased to put on display at the Field of Healing Honor online. The Trump administration is reportedly close to deals with drug makers Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk to offer some obesity medications to consumers for as little as $149 per month. The agreements could also pave the way for Medicare coverage for certain beneficiaries, potentially expanding access to a handful of drugs which currently carry list prices of $1,000 to $1,350. Officials caution, however, that negotiations are still ongoing and details are not yet finalized. The Federal Aviation Administration says it will cut air traffic by 10% across 40 major markets starting Friday morning. The move comes as a government shutdown stretches into its second month. Air traffic controllers have been working without pay since October 1st, and with some calling out sick, staffing shortages have caused delays at airports nationwide. On Wednesday, Oswego police said that no charges will be filed in the Portillo's crash that killed a child and injured several others in July. After a 3-month investigation, officials determined the July 30th incident was caused by driver error. The crash occurred when a Lincoln MKZ sedan drove through the restaurant's entrance on Route 34, killing 2-year-old Finnegan McGee and injuring 12 people. The toddler's parents have since sued Portillo's, seeking damages and urging businesses to add safety barriers to prevent similar tragedies. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Elgin isn't just a city. It's a community built on connection, innovation, and opportunity. And at the heart of it all is the Elgin Chamber of Commerce. For over a century, the Elgin Chamber has helped local businesses grow, connecting entrepreneurs, advocating for progress, and inspiring the leaders of tomorrow. Whether you're a new business just starting out or an established company looking to expand, the Elgin Chamber is your partner for success. Join a powerful network of leaders making a difference in our community every day. Together, we're shaping the future of Elgin, one connection at a time. Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, where business and community grow together. Call now, 847-741-5660, or go to info@elginchamber.com. Contact Carol Gieske.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 61, temperatures falling to around 56, and breezy conditions. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers before 9 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 38. Tomorrow, rain after 9 a.m., cloudy with a high near 44, and a strong chance of rain. Currently, it is 59 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
To a political talk show here on WRMN. We're closing out the first hour of Free Speech Friday. Coming up on the second hour, I've got host of, let me pull it up, I think it's Voice of Reason. Just jumped into Talkers Magazine, Hard Hitting 100. And we'll talk with him all about the state of media. What I like about what Andy does is he does a lot of what I do over here, but not necessarily that left-leaning type of side. He does it more for a right-leaning side, so it'll be good to talk with him about it, especially here on Free Speech Friday, where we bring on all of our friends for their voices. Hey, thanks for being here, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Those guys would be David Tees, also Jimmy Vaselli, and we've got Miss Cecilia Brooks. Oh, your thing's coming out there.
There you go.
Calm down there. Whoa, trying to make a run for it.
Breaking news that David Tees gave us here. Schumer is offering a deal to reopen the federal government with 1-year ACA tax credit extension. Now, they did just meet yesterday, I believe. The Democrats for the Senate came through yesterday to just sit down and actually talk with everybody. But on Friday, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said Democrats would vote to end the shutdown in exchange for 1-year extension of the expiring ACA tax credits, adding that Democrats, quote, are offering a very simple compromise as opposed to just the extend it forever, right? Is I think what they drew their line in the sand. As Democrats grew emboldened by sweeping election victories this week, Senator Gary Peters pushed the proposal internally while Democrats insisted on health care concerns before reopening the government. The offer would attach the ACA tax credit extensions to a package of appropriations bills and a short-term spending bill, and Democrats propose a bipartisan committee on health care affordability. Following the offer, Senate Republicans are meeting at Capitol Hill this afternoon, and Senate Majority Leader John Thune has kept lawmakers for a rare Friday session with possible weekend votes. I mean, the Senate is getting stuff done. I'd like to see the House maybe come back into session eventually this year, but at least we're seeing work get done. Your thoughts on this panel? Anybody want to go first?
Jim, you want to go first? Go ahead.
It's absurd that this is the longest running shutdown. The fact that we shut down the government always just bothers me. I do think, honestly, as a small business owner, while I do believe healthcare is an important thing, it is expensive. I mean, there is a lot to it. It's going to go through the roof, too, from what I understand, if this doesn't come through. It's a very complicated issue. I know that there was just a tragedy, I think, in either Kentucky or Tennessee with regards to a plane, and I don't...
Yeah, a UPS
Kentucky.
plane, yeah.
And I don't know if that has anything to do with this. I just, again, I'm not that smart, but I can't see how this improves the safety of air travelers for air traffic controllers not being paid since October.
They're almost at 200 hours of no pay.
It's a stressful job. It's like a notoriously stressful job, and we've decided, hey, let's put the most high-risk people in jeopardy, and then let's just cut it down 4%. Well, I don't want to be one of the 96% who are in the air with these guys who don't want to be working. So I guess, in short story long, we've got to do something. I have a 6.5-year-old. I don't like when he pouts and he walks away. Let's negotiate. Let's deliberate. There are many issues that we need to deal with. Not speaking is not the right thing to do.
Did they need this cool-off session, David?
Yeah, I think they do, but like Jimmy said, it's too long. I mean, people being not paid for this long, they should not get a paycheck, and everybody says that, but it's never going to happen. But right now, if I was a person that wanted to go on vacation, I'm scheduled to go on vacation. I wouldn't get on a plane because, first of all, like you said, these people are overworked, not getting paid, and if their mind is wandering on how they're going to make their car payment or their mortgage payment or am I going to have enough food to feed my kids? And their mind is wandering away instead of looking at all the dots that are flying around out there. Something's going to happen and it's going to be wrong. I don't know the circumstances of the plane crash. I'm sure it wasn't if you see two planes crashing each other, that might be a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I feel sorry for these people that are living because they have government jobs and have no paychecks.
In January and February, we had some of these issues with this, and now that may have been from cuts or anything else, but now it's just fatigue. And what do we do about this, Cecilia?
Well, it's absolutely unacceptable that the U.S. government, that people we have elected to serve us in public office at a federal level are unable.
It's their job.
It's quite literally their job, but at their grown ages that all of them are. I mean, we have people in U.S. Congress that are in their 80s, and you're telling me that these people at the big ages that they are unable to communicate effectively, to collaborate, to compromise, to have
you're
productive
an adult
discussion.
Once, you're a child twice, right?
Apparently, and you asked, did they need this cool-off session? I mean, clearly they did, but did they need it at the cost of the American people? Did we need this? No, and it is about us, but it's unfortunate that that's apparently what they so badly need.
But what gets me the most is that air traffic safety is so outdated. We're talking 1970s equipment in today's era, and we're in 2025, and they're still 50 years behind.
Maybe they should have let the first strike go.
But the way, there you go. But the whole entire thing about it is they're so outdated. And every administration from 1970 all the way up here has neglected to update it. And it's sad that kids have an iPhone 17 and air traffic controllers don't have 2025 updated software and equipment in their towers.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, on the Navy vessels, I was still using green and black CRTs.
Yeah.
Still coming right into us. No flat screens, no nothing, just a big old glass glass bulb on the end.
The screen's going around in a circle.
Yeah, something like that. I would show you a picture of it, but then they would revoke my secret clearance. But that's the Senate jumping in here. We have not seen anything from the House. What is the House's excuse for not showing up?
Spring break.
Spring break. Rum Springer for
still on spring break. Yeah, we're going back to Florida, everybody. I don't know.
We've seen House Democrats show up quite a bit, and we have seen House Republicans stay home. In fact, in their states, not doing town halls, not meeting with constituents, essentially on vacation. What? I mean, this is one of those things. Yet again, here we are looking at a budget for things, and we talk about, well, they didn't pass their budget, they didn't do their job. Literally being in session is your job. How is not being in session helping the American people, Cecilia?
Well, it's not. And it's very disheartening to see, again, elected officials. Is that not such a privilege and an honor to be a U.S. Congressman or woman or whatever? But to have such an honor to serve, and you're telling me that, oh, because we're not getting paid, I may as well not show up. Like, are you kidding me? I'd love to just be out there and be like, hey, I'm a U.S. Congresswoman. By the way, here's what's going on. You know, let's grab a bite to eat.
My argument is I don't think it's the $300 of the people that are getting SNAP that are robbing us right now. It seems that Congress is doing a pretty good job on their own.
Yeah. Besides, the breaking the story about this, this was actually my Uncle Bill who's watching right now.
Oh, thanks, Uncle Bill.
Who actually called me and told me about this. So I don't take credit for other people's information. So thank you, Uncle Bill, to give us a little topic to talk about.
Lots of different places to read all about it. But stick around. We've got more Apolitical Talk Show coming up. I've got my guest, Andy Hooser, who is the host for Talkers Magazine Top 100, who's coming in all the way from Kansas to talk about his show, The Voice of Reason. Stick around. We've got more Apolitical Talk Show coming up right after this.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 5 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X. The Trump administration is reportedly close to deals with drug makers Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk to offer some obesity medications to consumers for as little as $149 per month. The agreements could also pave the way for Medicare coverage for certain beneficiaries, potentially expanding access to a handful of drugs which currently carry list prices of $1,000 to $1,350. Officials caution, however, that negotiations are still ongoing and details are not yet finalized. The Federal Aviation Administration says it will cut air traffic by 10% across 40 major markets markets starting Friday morning. The move comes as a government shutdown stretches into its second month. Air traffic controllers have been working without pay since October 1st, and with some calling out sick, staffing shortages have caused delays at airports nationwide. On Wednesday, Oswego police said that no charges will be filed in the Portillo's crash that killed a child and injured several others in July. After a 3-month investigation, officials determined the July 30th incident was caused by driver error. The crash occurred when a Lincoln MKZ sedan drove through the restaurant's entrance on Route 34, killing 2-year-old Finnegan McGee and injuring 12 people. The toddler's parents have since sued Portillo's, seeking damages and urging businesses to add safety barriers to prevent similar tragedies. Naperville will honor veterans and service members with its annual Field of Healing Honor display, which will feature hundreds of American flags. Residents can visit the Field of Healing Honor November 7th through the 12th, with a Veterans Day observance planned for November 11th. This year, the goal is to display at least 2,205 American flags. A ceremony will be held tonight at 5 on Rotary Hill, where a performance of taps will herald the opening of the 2025 Field of Healing Honor. Taps will be played daily at 5 p.m. during each night of the Field of Honor. On November 11th, the Veterans Day observance will be held at 11 a.m. Flags can be purchased to put on display at the Field of Healing Honor online.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please. Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours. Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
Measures to control the scarlet fever epidemic in Elgin were taken at a joint meeting of the Elgin Board of Health, the Elgin Physicians Club, and representatives of the Board of Education at the City Hall this afternoon. The emergency session was called upon at the request of Dr. S.S. Winner of the State Board of Health, who arrived from Springfield this morning to investigate conditions. Upon the order of Dr. Winner, the Elgin Board of Health will insist that children under 16 years of age be kept away from public gatherings until the epidemic is wiped out. A package of cigarettes, some matches, and 70 cents in change comprised the loot thieves obtained in stealing a woman's handbag at a dance in Eagles Hall last night. The young lady had left the bag, a Kodak pocketbook, hanging on a hook beneath.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 61, temperatures falling to around 56, and breezy conditions. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers before 9 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 38. Tomorrow, rain after 9 a.m., cloudy with a high near 44, and a strong chance of rain. Currently, it is 59 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Good day to our friends around the world. It is a political talk show here on WRMN. That's WRMN 1410 on that AM dial. And of course, WRMN1410.com. Don't forget to head on over to YouTube, where we live stream starting every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning for the WRMN Morning Show. You can find us at WRMN Radio. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I am the host and moderator of a political talk show where we try to, I hate to pull out the cliche of break through the noise, but at the end of the day, there's so much going on, so many different news stories, news outlets, all these different things that are going on. And what we try to do here is bring context to that news. We don't want to tell you necessarily who to vote for, what to do, or who's bad, but we will show you what is happening and let you make those decisions too. We've got a great guest on with us today. This is Andy Hoosier, is a national syndicated talk radio host and media entrepreneur, best known as the voice behind the program, the Voice of Reason. He serves as co-owner of Hoosier Media Network and holds the vice chair role within the Kansas Republican Party. Described as a husband, father, and patriot, Hoosier brings a millennial perspective to conservative talk, applying constitutional principles, local activism, and a combination of wit and sarcasm to current event discussions. He will fit perfectly here on our show today. Welcome in, Andy. Thanks for being here.
Dennis, it is great to be with you, my friend. I appreciate the invite.
Oh, anytime, anytime. What I said, even when we talked earlier this week, is what I love about what your show, The Voice of Reason, does is a lot of what we do over here, and we need more of it. We need more people that aren't just screaming that Nancy Pelosi's taking bribes and isn't just screaming about what Donald Trump did this week. What we really need is to take us back to context. We need to take us back to the foundation. I don't need to pull you to the left. You don't need to pull me to the right, but we do need to at least agree on the rules.
Oh, I completely agree. I mean, that's why we try to put the show, being the voice of reason, you know, we try to position it as truth, reason, and common sense. And, you know, it's a conservative talk radio show. And being the vice chair of the Republican Party for the state of Kansas, you know, I make my case on the program to try and win people over to Republican values and to conservative principles that I truly believe in. But at the same time, it's more than just the biggest thing, Dennis, and I think you can agree here, is that one of the biggest issues we have in society today is the fact that we just have bumper sticker arguments. We go on social media, we have the X or the Twitter post, and as long as you can fill a 30-character text about what you believe in, then somehow you're all of a sudden an expert on an issue, and that's just not the case. And, you know, the show that we try to do, we have our fun. You know, we're conservative, we're Republican on the program, but at the same time, from both sides of the aisle, it drives me nuts to have a bumper sticker argument. Mm-hmm. If you can explain your position, right or left, if you can relate to me how you get from point A to point B with the conclusion on why you stand on an issue, I'll respect you. I may not agree with the position, but I can at least understand the logical process and thought process behind how you got to your conclusion and where you stand on an issue. There are a lot of people out there today that just can't do that because, well, as long as they can type it in that character restrained on X, then all of a sudden you're somehow some expert.
Well, Andy, I'll tell you, I think it's parrots fighting patriots. I think is what's happening right now. When you get into an argument with somebody, you can almost tell exactly what they read or what they normally default to with their publications. I always like to bring in Ad Fontes Media into it just to kind of give our publications a little bit of a grade too. But at the end of the day, you're right. It is a point that we need to have where we're actually arguing over logic, or even then just debating over logic. But you have to come to the arena with a fully baked idea. When people turn around and they say, well, defund the police. Okay, that's fantastic. It works. You put it on a T-shirt. Like you said, you can put it on a bumper sticker. But at the end of the day, that's not what they really mean. What they really mean is let's take some responsibility from the police officers and give it to somewhere else that other person may be more fitted to do it.
Yeah. I mean, look, if they would explain some of that a little bit better, I think it would work well. I mean,
I've only got so many characters on my bumper sticker, buddy. No, I'm just.
That's right. Well, that's right. We believe in the transfer of responsibility from one law enforcement agency to another agency within our local government entity. I mean,
that's a little too wordy.
That's a hard chance to make. That's right. But look, I mean, if they need to do action, and a lot of people need to show action on how they actually want to affect those. You mentioned, the defund the police movement here in Wichita, Kansas, where I'm based out of. I mean, we've done a little bit of that. We have task forces now that when they get a mental health call to a 911 service, then it's a law enforcement agent, a police officer, but they also sometimes have an EMS first responder or a mental health crisis psychiatrist that goes out as a unit that's actually going out to particular calls. And we've experimented with this for about a year or so, and it seems to be working relatively well. Those are conversations I think a lot of people are willing to have. Law enforcement themselves say, hey, we're overburdened by just getting a mental health crisis call. We don't know what to do with an individual other than just take them to county or, for the county jail or the city jail for a night, let them sleep it off, and then hope that we can figure out what to do after that. So those conversations are good. The ones that just say, like you said, that we just want to defund police and let communities kind of run their own community, that's not really the best way to go, in my opinion.
No, and I don't think anybody with a brain truly believes that. I mean, it's to the point now. Again, it's parrots. You're edgy. You're cool if you can say the magic words. You're in the club, right? You're able to actually do. Oh, okay. Well, you said defund the police. You said eat the rich. So I mean, we must be best friends now. You said the right things. And to me, on the other side is all I have to do to make a friend with a Republican is say, yeah, I don't like Nancy Pelosi either. And so you say the magic words to kind of get into the conversation, but it's one of those things that I don't think everybody fully understands some of the things that they've kind of strapped their party to, or something that they kind of follow. How has the voice of reason kind of added more context to the discussion?
Well, look, I mean, first and foremost, we got to get back to what words matter. And when we use certain words, especially derogatory words, I mean, we hear a lot of this thrown out that Republicans and Donald Trump's a Nazi and a fascist and a white supremacist and a racist and all this other garbage. And, we become numb to these words because back in the day, these terminologies, these words had meaning. And when you said someone was a racist, it meant something, and it was very derogatory, and you should be very on edge with that because that's like one of the worst things that you could be doing. Now we just throw it out there as just normal conversation. Donald Trump's a Nazi. Well, he's not a Nazi. He's never done anything that's even close to being Nazi-like or fascist-like or tyrannical-like in any way, shape, or form, but we use these terms, and now they're kind of generally accepted. So one thing we like to do on the show is really say that, hey, words really do matter. When I call Zoran Mamdani a socialist, it's because he calls himself a democratic socialist.
Yes, sir.
He's truly a socialist that believes in socialistic values. And I think, to me personally, socialism is one of the worst things that we could possibly do. So when I say that, I say, hey, he's a socialist. But when we say that, someone's a Nazi or a fascist, we need to bring context to what those words actually mean. At the same time, we need a basic understanding of the fundamental values in this nation, understanding the Constitution, understanding the separation of powers, understanding, again, how to have a dialogue and a debate with deeper substance. I love the idea, and I really encourage, I used to do it, which is what actually got me into radio back in the day in high school, was doing competitive debate. and being part of a debate team and actually learning how to craft an argument for either side of the aisle and being able to argue and understand both sides of an aisle to have a substantive conversation. We need to get back to that. We have to have civics class again, where it's not just the founding fathers were, again, evil, racist, white landowners, but understanding, hey, these were some of the most brilliant minds of the time that were going through something and wanted and had an idea of what to make this nation moving forward. So it's bringing history, it's bringing constitutional values, and it's hopefully maybe not necessarily we try to give some solutions. It's what we do on the show is try to present the problem and then present a solution on how to fix it. But it's really the whole idea of the show is to really make people think about it a little bit differently. Unveil the layers of the onion a bit deeper and say, you know what, I may not agree with Andy on this position, and I still think he's a radical right-wing nut job or something, but you know what, he makes me think about the issue just slightly differently to where maybe we can come up with a solution in a different way than what's being presented right now.
And that's what really matters, is making a space that you can communicate with. I think that's where we've really... In media especially, I think we've kind of siloed ourselves off to where the only conversation that we have is either with somebody who agrees with me or somebody that I can beat up on so much that it looks like I have the stronger upper hand. We never want to actually have a conversation with two equally minded people. And what I love about what you said there of kind of putting yourself on either side of the shoe or either side of the aisle for things, you have to kind of anticipate your, for lack of a better word, your opponent's argument, because you want to be able to counter that with actual facts and figures for yourself. So you got to kind of put yourself in that shoe. And what you said about somebody coming up with a logical explanation for stuff. This is where I always get frustrated with talking with parrots, is I know that all you're doing is just repeating the last thing you heard on Fox News. I know the only thing that you're doing is whatever you heard on Reddit somewhere, even to the point where I hear politicians who are supposed to know the difference of things calling somebody a communist socialist. It's like, well, hold on a second. Those are two different things. So why would you, Speaker of the House, call somebody something that's completely different from each other? And it gets to a certain point where it's like it is about the theater more than it is about the substance.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It's the way politics works a lot of times because they need to have that sound bite because, as you know, I mean, the mainstream media for sure from either side of the aisle, it's about sound bites and it's about those small little sound clips. So that's why they do those things is to try and generate that activity. But we need that deeper discussion, and we need to understand the other side of the aisle. The debate that I used to do, which I grew up in Colorado in high school, which is where I did that debate, and it was called one-on-one value debate. And apparently, I didn't know this because we did it in high school. I did it my senior year. Before that, I was actually planning on going to college for astronomy and physics, and I wanted to work for NASA. Then I took a government and debate class, and I said, this is a lot of fun. This is what I want to do for a living. And I did one-on-one value debate and ended up coming in like 8th or 10th in state or something. But I didn't realize it was more college fashion debate because you walk into a room at this competition, all these schools get together, you walk into a room and there's 20, 30 of us in a room. You have no idea what the topic is. They hand us a topic and they say you have 30 minutes with no prep, no research, no nothing to just come up with valuable debates for one side or the other. And then you go into a room, you get paired up, you flip a coin and say you debate this side, you debate this side, go. And I loved it. It was one of the best ways for you to think on your feet, for you to bring value in different, morals and values and ethical discussions to an argument for the topical issues of the day. And that's really excited me, which is why we went down this road of doing something like radio and trying to engage with people to talk about these issues, because that's the way we need to be thinking about issues.
No, you're absolutely right. We need to look at things from a larger, I don't want to necessarily say the 30,000-foot approach for everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's the same thing that the misattributed quote of Einstein of if you can't explain it simply, you don't truly understand it. And it gets to this point where we all live in these silos and we're given the cue cards, right? And it's almost like social media is giving our marching orders at a certain point where it goes, okay, well, this was the post of the president, or this was the post of the minority leader, and this is now the new argument talking point, regardless of having any substance behind it. So this is the thing that I'm running into a lot with when I speak with people from all different sides of the aisle. They all live in different worlds. What do we do to bring everybody back to objective reality? Back to where we all live here in this world and we all can agree that I don't need an ID to go to the gas station.
That is the end-all, be-all question, right, Dennis? I mean, that is what it's all about, because right now in the world that we live in an information wave. We have all this information at our fingertips with online, now with artificial intelligence and different chat bots that we have. You can search anything in the world and get pretty much any result or answer that you want to, which is really cool because you have all this information at your fingertips, but you also have a lot of misleading information and stuff that's completely inaccurate. And I want to preface that by saying I don't believe in really a whole lot of censorship as a conservative. I think that the internet should be the wild, wild west, and we can post whatever we want to. And if you want to find the same person that's going to go to a rock show dressed up as a Star Wars character, then by golly, the internet's the place where you're going to find it, because that's how the beauty of the internet and the way that, in my opinion, that it should be. But that does lead to what we have now, this segregated reality where some people will literally think that the sky is not blue because they found it online and someone told them on social media. So that's the question, is how do we solve that? I don't necessarily know, other than what we try to do on the show and saying, hey, there's a lot of information out there. Now let's find a way to put it into context. And if we can find a way to put it into context and make people think about issues on that front, then we lead by example. We can't force people. You can lead the horse to the trough, but you can't make them eat it. But if you lead by example and it seems to be working out well, then people are going to follow and say, what's this all about, and why are people following this, and why are people paying attention to it? Maybe I should as well. We have to be louder than the ones that are trying to disrupt society on that front.
I absolutely agree with you. There is a lot of information out there in the world, especially the internet, and a lot of that information is cat videos. And it's not necessarily always relative to what we're doing or what we're talking about here. And I always say the only cure for a good statistic is more statistics, and the only cure for a bad statistic is also more statistics. So is it more about getting more information in here? I mean, because we talk about misinformation, and a lot of people talk about misinformation. Do we just flood the zone, as Steve Bannon would say, with truthful information, and hopefully that is what kind of people gravitate to? Or should we just turn around and be like, look, just stay off the internet, or stay off this portion of the internet? Or should we just start quarantining ourselves?
Yeah, no, it's got to be a happy balance. Look, I agree with that message to a degree from Steve Bannon, saying that we need truthful information, because we do. I mean, at the end of the day, as a conservative, I always say that in an argument between conservative principles and progressive principles, the conservative values will always win, because we are more statistical, in my opinion, where we see things more on a logical sense when we look at numbers, which doesn't emotionally register with people a lot of times when we're reading off percentages and tax rates and budget numbers and things that I get really dorky about and I really enjoy. But we need those, because when it comes down to actually trying to do a scientific method, a hypothesis, and actually experimenting with the actual numbers, then in my opinion, they come true on that sense. So we need it. But at the same time, again, it's more of even using that to put it into a context to relate to individuals. People respond emotionally, and especially in politics, the way that you get people to turn out to the voting booth is emotion, either a positive emotion or a very scared, fearful, angry emotion. But emotion is what drives people to the polls. And, you know, anybody from either side of the aisle, it's got to be factual, and it has to be a way to relate to those people to where they emotionally get connected to that issue to want to do something about it. And that's with politics. That's with the world in general. We have to have a balance of both, of the facts the stats, the numbers, and the context and emotion on why it actually matters to us.
I think this last election just here recently this week, I think was chock full of emotion. And you're absolutely right. It got people up off the couch. We're speaking with Andy Hoosier, is a nationally syndicated talk radio host and media entrepreneur, best known as the voice behind the program, The Voice of Reason with Andy Hoosier. You were just awarded being on Talkers Magazine's Top 100, sir. Congratulations for that. Tell me a little bit about the show and where people can find it.
Oh, my gosh. HoosierReason.com, HOOSER Reason.com. It's like the state of Indiana, but with no I in there. Yeah, thank you. We've been syndicated for about 2 years now. I just hit my 10-year anniversary here in the Wichita market, which has been really exciting on radio. We've been gaining a lot of traction and momentum. It was amazing to see our list on the Heavy 100 from Talkers Magazine, which was really exciting. So we're growing. Great radio stations and affiliates all over the country. The podcast and online social media presence is growing, and it's all right there on the website. So
I really appreciate you being on. You can find Andy over on Twitter. Same thing, Hoosier Reason. That is HOOSERREASON. The Voice of Reason is a national conservative talk radio show discussing current events while promoting truth, reason, and common sense. Andy, thanks a lot for being here with me. I really appreciate it.
Hey, anytime, Dennis. I appreciate the opportunity, my friend.
We'll have you on here soon, and hopefully we'll see if we can get the Voice of Reason on WRMN as well. Stay tuned for that, their audience. But thanks again. Have a fantastic weekend, Andy.
You as well, my friend. Appreciate it.
Wonderful. Listen to the Voice of Reason. You can find it on your local radio station here soon. Or go to HoosierReason.com. That's HOOSERREASON.com. Thanks for being here. We've got more Apolitical Talk Show coming up right after this.
And speeding, especially during high-risk times such as St. Patrick's Day and Memorial Day. Officials say the funding will help ensure road safety by holding traffic law violators accountable. A fire destroyed a house in the 400 block of Grant Place in Aurora early Thursday morning after flames broke out in the attic. Aurora police helped evacuate 2 residents and their dogs, but thick smoke made it impossible to clear the other units. Firefighters battled flames on the second floor and attic, conducting extensive searches and overhaul before the blaze was fully controlled. Utilities were shut off, the home was deemed uninhabitable, and the Red Cross assisted the displaced tenants with temporary shelter. Federal agencies have issued new recalls affecting both food and medicine, including over 580,000 bottles of the blood pressure drug prazosin hydrochloride due to potential contamination with the cancer-causing chemical. Food recalls include California peaches for possible listeria contamination, as well as parsley and chicken products over salmonella concerns. The recalls were announced by the FDA, USDA, Consumer Product Safety Commission, and National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Companies involved, such as Teva Pharmaceuticals and Amerisource Health Systems, issued voluntary nationwide recalls to protect customers. 2 federal judges in Massachusetts and Rhode Island ruled Friday that the Trump administration must keep funding SNAP, the nation's largest food assistance program, during the government shutdown by using emergency reserves. The decision allows the administration to decide whether to fund the program partially or fully for November. The USDA had planned to halt SNAP payments on November 1st. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like fences. A house with a big yard and a white picket fence was always the dream. But then you saw the price to install a fence and you're wondering if the color is driving the price up. Nobody ever dreams of a beige or a gray picket fence, right? So maybe those fences are cheaper. But no, they're not. Then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds and make all your dreams of a fence come true. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers before 9 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 38. Tomorrow, rain is expected after 9 a.m., cloudy with a high near 44, and temperatures falling to around 41 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 55 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
To a political talk show here on WRMN. We just got done talking with Andy Hoosier. Head on over to HoosierReason.com and you can find all about the show, The Voice of Reason with Andy Hoosier. It's one of those shows that I like to listen to, not only because we're back to the Constitution and not too many people like to talk about that in context with things, but also because he's a little bit on the other side that I am. Those of you that were paying attention, I got a couple of digs in there, nothing too crazy, but I got a couple of hey, you're a red hat, but it's okay. We're all a little bit different. We all have our own stuff. Let's bring back the panel. We've got two people sitting here on our panel right now, and that would be Miss Cecilia Brooks and Mr. David Tees. Thank you both for being here.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Happy.
Thanks for getting that coffee for me too.
Of course.
Are you a black coffee guy?
I was gonna ask.
It just makes it easier.
Oh, okay.
I don't mind.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I do not know if you take sugar or cream.
Both, if I do it.
Okay.
That's usually
That's good to know.
But black's fine. No. Black is absolutely fine.
I quit. No,
it's good.
You're really asking a lot of
You didn't get the memo?
It was the
that thing I sent you?
The thought that counts. But yeah, I don't like coffee. It's nasty. Nasty taste of stuff.
Do you prefer tea?
Tea's okay. What about you, Mr. Tees?
What? I like soda.
You saw what we did there.
My caffeine is Pepsi. Okay, that's
okay. I'll get you that.
Okay, Coke with coffee.
I'll get you that. Coke with
I'm telling you guys, you're missing out. If you have not tried Coke with coffee, it is all the rage.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Per me.
I have to check that out.
I will say something though, just not to stray on this topic, but the Doritos late night nacho chips back there are amazing.
That is the mountain of mouth over there.
I have
is
not
what's happening.
Well, that's actually the Elliott Mouth Museum.
The Mouth Museum.
Yeah, the Mouth Museum. Yeah, that's what we're calling it now.
That's good. It's turning into the mountain of mouth over here with all the stuff that's going on. It's almost like I want to offer somebody stuff, but they know it's a trap. Like, would you like to try some sour cream and onion candy?
Oh, that was nasty. The possum,
I blocked that one right away.
The possum candies.
Would you like a possum candy? Like, who are these weirdos over here at WRMN?
Please start selling them by the penny and be like, please. It's a penny candy, I swear. It's really good. It's all the rage, guys.
We're not in New York. We don't need bodegas all over the place over there. My favorite one, by the way, favorite bodega here in Elgin is Paul's Bus Stop.
Yeah.
Hey,
just over here. Fantastic.
Wait. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to Paul.
Right?
My wallet got stolen on Tuesday night.
Out of here.
And the criminal, used it at Paul's Bus Stop. And you know who has been amazing and nothing but kind and compassionate? Paul.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got Eric and Elaine are the owners up there now, and they're great people. You know what I like about Paul's?
What's that?
It's home style cooking. I mean, they're actually
like Paul's Family Restaurant. I'm talking about Paul's Bus Stop just over here.
Oh.
Yeah, the one that's over by the bus stop, the little little gas station without the gas.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that little place right in front of it.
Yeah, that one over there. But you're right. Paul's Family Restaurant is absolutely fantastic.
Wait, I have not been to Paul's Family Restaurant.
It's good.
Sounds like we need to take
It's
a
over on
WRMN
McLean, right?
trip.
Yeah, it's on McLean. It's like they started out in the Douglas Hotel like in the 1950s.
Really?
Yeah, that's how long they've been in business. And I'll tell you, it's like home style cooking. Excuse me. The eggs ain't like all fluffy and egg whites and too like that. It's natural eggs. Your toast is like what you get at home in your toaster, and they got a big variety of menu from lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
They absolutely do. There's a great place over there. All of the different Pauls. Shout out to Paul's.
It's Paul Day.
All of the Pauls.
All the Pauls.
Paul Revere. How about that? Paul Revere.
Paul McCartney.
Well, I'll tell you what. Have you guys ever played the game Dance Dance Revolution?
Yes.
Right?
Back in the day.
Fantastic game. For those of you that don't know, it's kind of like Guitar Hero, where the cymbals come down the screen and you have to hit the up button or the left button or the right button at the exact time that does. Here's the catch, David Tees. The buttons are not in your hands. The buttons are on the floor because you got to dance. Dance Dance Revolution player broke a world record by dancing for 6 days. A Hungarian gamer has beaten a 10-year-old Dance Dance Revolution world record and documented his dance glory. Despite debuting over 20 years ago, Dance Dance Revolution still has players dedicated to it. Now, one player has taken his love for the game to the next level by breaking a new world record for the longest video game marathon. And it only took 144 hours over the course of 6 days and years of training before making the attempt.
Years of training?
Years of training, absolutely. You would think that. Well, I don't know if it's bladder training or what.
Right. I'm like,
I don't want to ask any questions about how.
So here's the question I have for you guys. If I said you have 1 week to break a world record, unlimited funding, what are you doing?
This is a great question.
You have 1 week to be in Guinness World Records. You only get one shot at it. That's all I'm going to give you is the 1 week. So you got to pick something you're going to be okay to succeed at.
Sleep
for 1 week straight.
I'd love to do that.
Oh my God. That's called a medically induced coma.
Go for it. Let's do this now. I'm up to it. Give me the money and I'll do it.
Help. 988. I would have to say I would make the most friends ever in a week-long period.
A week-long period,
Yes.
you would have friends.
Yes, I would just meet as many people, like the most people that anyone has ever met.
Would you do it like I want to shake enough people to shake hands? Are you like I'm going to break the Guinness World Record for hugs? Like
hugs, definitely hugs.
Oh yeah, she could beat that out.
Okay,
she hugs everybody.
You just got to hug like 2-3 people at a time for the next 6 days. You should be okay.
I could totally do that. I was like, what's something I could definitely smoke somebody else and that couldn't break my record?
Be hugs over a week.
Yeah.
She wonders why she'll have the flu after that.
Mask, no mask, no.
Don't call Fauci on me.
As documented on the official site of Guinness World Records, Hungarian gamer, not going to attempt his name, but goes by Grasshopper, pulled off this feat between October 23rd and 29 of 2024. It's estimated that he danced over 3,000 songs and burned more than 22,000 calories in that span. The previous record was set in 2015 by American gamer Carrie Sedwicki, who set her mark at 138 hours and 34 seconds on Just Dance, which I guess is the other side of it. Grasshopper told the site that his attempt, quote, was the most physically demanding experience, in part because he spent hours moving without stretching. He also noted that he needed the help of a small staff of people to keep him fed and drinking enough water to see the attempt through to the end. Let's see here if we can get a quote out of here from him. What also added to the challenge was managing and documenting all witness activities and their time allocation by myself, essentially before, during, and after the record attempt. Motivation is always a given with rhythm and music games. Those who love this genre can always tell that there is nothing more encouraging than dancing or doing body workout while listening to your favorite tunes. It's true. You're a avid gym goer.
Oh,
it's true.
Oh boy,
it's true. Just not when there's a ton of like Tootsie Rolls around.
Oh my goodness,
Like,
yes.
who
Let's
put
take a
those
couple
there?
more steps on this one.
that was going to be my questions of witnesses. So you actually answered that question. But what record would you like to break, Sonar? I mean, what would you do?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
wanna
goodness.
know.
I'm kind of in the same vein as the social butterfly over here too. I think I would like to do a on-air marathon. I think just go through and be, how long do I have to be on the air?
Oh, I thought you
Has it
were
ever been
running,
done?
Oh, running?
live on the air. Like doing a marathon live. I was like,
Silly
whoa.
girl, stop it.
No,
I was like, whoa, that's extreme.
We've seen people do things like that before. We've seen people at those walking desks that turn around and they're like, okay, I'm going to spend literally 24 hours on a walking desk. I've seen that done on YouTube before. But what I'm saying is not a YouTube live stream, not anything else. I'm saying on the air radio marathon.
Right. Yeah. Just
Taking
talking.
calls, doing everything, trying to stay awake. I think I could go the better part of 2 days. I think I could go 48 hours.
Straight.
I wonder if there's
I don't think they'd want to listen to it.
I have
Now,
faith in
who
you.
would want to listen to it is the whole other side of it. But I think I could do a filibuster for that long. I think I could do that.
You know, I think who could break a record and would love doing it is Brendan on riding trains. Who could ride the trains the longest? Because he was on a train. He's in Carbondale, and he took a train today. Hey, Brendan, I see you right there. So I think if anybody could break a record for riding a train the longest, I think it would be that guy because he loves riding trains.
That would be fantastic.
So then another question: have you ever gone to a restaurant?
I have.
Okay, and you see that there's a record you got to break for the the largest steak or the most lobsters and all that. I tried that at Papado's in Arlington Heights.
What was the food?
Lobster.
Lobster.
And
really?
the record was 21 lobsters. I made it to 19.
Oh,
and then I just got full. I just couldn't go any further. I was there 20 minutes after we leave. I was hungry again.
I'm one of those people that makes restaurants not do all-you-can-eat wings anymore. I've had 2 restaurants in my lifetime. When I come back the next week, I am not allowed to have the all-you-can-eat wings.
You go now.
Yeah. No, I went to one place and I was like, I'm here for the all-you-can-eat wings, and they're like, you can't have it. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? That person over there is eating wings, and they said they've got all-you-can-eat too. And they said, yes, but if you have all-you-can-eat wings, those people can't have all-you-can-eat wings.
Because you're going to wipe them all
Because I'm going to eat them all for
and there's a picture of you when you come into that restaurant. Is it Buffalo Wild Wings?
It wasn't Buffalo Wild Wings, because they never did all-you-can-eat wings. There was a place down in Florida when we were down there, and then there was another place in the Navy called Hell's Kitchen that I went to, and I would go there every week, and they would make you order them 5 at a time. Really? Which slows you down and everything else. So what I would do is, as they were bringing the 5 in, I'd be like, hey, you go ahead and get the other 5 ready, please. Thank you. And they keep them coming.
Wow.
And all until it was what they had to start doing with time limits. All you can eat from 5 to 7. After 7, finish your plate and get the hell out of here.
Hey, I see Solar's car coming up here. Let's make it 5 to 5:15 now. Change the menu.
That's true. You got your first 10 right off the bat, and then it was just slow going for 5 at a time. But I'll tell you, all you can eat wings. That's it. Because I don't eat wings that are more expensive than 25 cents per wing. So if I'm going to spend $20 on wings, you can best bet I'm going to eat 40, 80 of them. You know what I mean? Right. I'm going.
And if you go to Jewel on Fridays, you get a bucket of honey or hot wings, $9.99 every Friday.
Gotcha.
And then you could also get the chicken strips, the same price. But when you go register it, it says $17 for the bucket. You push in your phone number that you got registered on there. Boop, it kicks it down to $9.99. And their wings are really good.
That's fantastic.
They did change the recipe once for people quit coming for it, and they're like, oh. And then they brought it back, and it's amazing. I brought a bucket in here once, and I think you might have had some.
Yeah.
I didn't let her know they were here because she'd wipe them out.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, she eats. She eats.
Sometimes we got to keep
all
secrets
the
from
food.
Yeah, she eats all the food.
It's true. I do.
No, and when I do the all-you-can-eat, I make it easy for them. I do the bone-ins and all that stuff. But I'll tell you, my favorite, boneless.
Yeah, I love boneless.
Adult chicken nuggets all day.
You.
I love it. It's fantastic. It's look, I believe that we have hit a summit in our technology and our just society that I should not have to fear hard things in my food. That's all I'm saying. I shouldn't bite into a thing and go, will this choke me? I shouldn't have to do that. I think we've reached a societal peak that that I shouldn't have to worry about choking on things inside of my meat.
I like boneless because it's easier to get through. You're done, no mess. You know, a couple bites and you're done.
No boneyard.
Yeah, right.
Especially if I'm hungry. If I'm hungry, I want to eat. I don't want to have to work for my food.
Which is why lobster is incredibly surprising. Did they make you cut all of them up? Did you have to crack them all yourself?
Yeah, they started out with 2, and then they bring you 2 more, and then 2 more.
Oh, man.
And it's the whole lobster.
That's why I don't eat seafood. That's it. It's so much work.
Oh, but
are you kidding me? Trying to get a crab together?
Or if like you have branzino, I'll have a server just do the bones. I tried to do that on my birthday. It was a recipe for disaster.
No, that's why I don't even eat salmon just because there might be a bone in it.
I win the lottery. I am buying a lobster farm. That is for sure.
Oh, they're fantastic.
First thing,
right?
Buying a lobster farm. Rock lobster is the best.
Yeah, I'll help you out. I have a certificate in aquaculture.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
you can be my
Are you serious?
Yeah,
we'll get you like a doctor's coat, one of those mirror things on there.
I'll dress up however you want.
You walk around, check the temperature, the right oxygen level. Yeah, there you go.
I'll just play the B-52s and dance around the area.
Rock lobster song.
That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. Hey, we're gonna take a break and come back, and maybe we'll talk a little bit of news. Okay, I know, but it is Free Speech Friday. If you want to hop in on the phone line, just like we had Andy Hoosier of the Voice of Reason on earlier. That's going to be podcasted later on today. So make sure that you head on over to your favorite podcasting platform and go ahead and follow A Political Talk Show. You can follow us after this break.
That was a good interview.
It was.
Water fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Want to know what the shepherds did after they visited the Christ child? To read the short novel, The Good Shepherds, Christmas combat story by Michael Tooman. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Silink.net. That is PSYLINK.net. Papa Sierra Yankee, Lima India November Kilo, November Echo Tango.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. That's 800-433-3082.
Welcome back to A Political Talk Show here on WRMN. Accidentally left that camera on.
I've done that too on Saturday mornings.
Saw our munch attack
I don't know who was doing that before going to the gym, okay? I really don't.
Watching me as a silly fight over chips.
That's it. Well, you're doing, what is it? What do we call it? The 12-ounce curls? Right?
Yeah.
You're doing that? You're just pulling the beer up to your mouth? Yeah, that's it. I'll do those.
At this rate, that gym trip might be headed that way.
I'm surprised people ain't texting us, hey, camera's still on.
That is true. So, have you guys ever traveled and sat next to somebody who is absolutely terrible? The worst person you could possibly sit next to ever.
Yes, one time I went with my ex on a trip.
Oh, and that was the guy, the worst person. Well, the worst person ever, I mean, like travel buddies, not just bad people in general.
Samantha, I'll have to say that is, yeah.
Oddly specific.
We both have our comments.
From the Toronto Sun, a Delta passenger trapped by, quote, a human biohazard seatmate who pooped his pants.
Oh, no.
The Delta Airlines passenger made a stink about a recent flight after being stuck next to an older traveler who had an accident and left literal poop smears on the seat. Delta Lines passenger, let's see here. The flyer shared their smelly story on Reddit detailing how they assumed the direct flight from Florida to LAX would be smooth sailing. LAX, find a lax? Yeah. Smooth sailing before cursing themselves for the nativity. Titled, The 5.5-hour flight next to a human biohazard, the passenger recounted how an older gentleman on his own boarded the plane with the assistance of airline workers and sat down next to him. The moment he sat down, I knew I was SOL, the Redditor wrote ominously. Turns out he had some serious mobility issues, which meant I was effectively window seat prisoned for 5.5 hours. Oh my goodness. What are we doing, guys, if we're in this situation? Do we just politely just sit here and take it for a second? Do we look to try to trade seats? What do we do?
Open the window. Okay, I know we can't do that. Okay, that'd be funny. I would ask to trade seats. I honestly, but I'm a plumber. But yeah, I would actually honestly would do that. I'd tell Cecilia to move.
He said, quote,
the crowns will get you.
He said, quote, every breath was a gamble. Now, obviously, this is Reddit, so it is a bit more dramatized and a few other things. But at the end of the day, it does seem like a pretty bad side. Like, I already, hate people that take their shoes off. Like, don't be that person that just takes their shoes off in the middle of the flight.
You're not in your own home.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now. Like, it's like setting up at a Wendy's and, kicking your shoes off and, putting your feet up on the table and stuff. You know what I mean?
That is so weird.
Like, why would you do that?
Or on the bus. Or the PACE, or not the PACE, the CTA too. If you're on the blue line.
Or at my house.
We're in public right now, guys. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things. Is there anything that you guys think that happens in public that shouldn't happen in public? Are there things that people are doing, or you're just like, wow, we should outlaw that, just like taking your shoes off at the airport?
I would honestly have to say wearing your pants down low when you bend over to grab that bag of potatoes or grab those, that roll of lettuce over there, and then you see Mr. Smiley Face. Did you see Mr. Smiley Face?
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to sit here and talk about stains. I don't want to question and have to look at maybe if it happened. I don't know. I see some of those people that have it too far down, and they wear 2 pairs of underwear just so that they can wear it down. And it's not technically underwear because it's shorts. It's
the younger people weird. Have it all the way down here and stuff like that.
How do you walk?
I'm talking about there's some people that just, hey, pull them up or something here before you bend over because I'm trying to shop,
True. It's true. Why not just walk around with them around your ankles and just be done with it?
I'll never look at
Call it a day, no pants, no problem.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel
you're good.
PDA, call me a Karen. No, I'm all for being in love. Love your significant other. Love them hard. Hell yeah. I mean,
you draw the line of holding hands in public?
Yeah. You are getting out of control now. You will influence kids in the way that rock and roll did. Please, enough.
No, I absolutely agree with you as well.
When it gets to a point
of aggressive PDA, I think that gets a little bit out of hand. Where people are like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be groping each other in public.
Yeah,
in a restaurant.
That's too much. Thanks for listening to Apolitical Talk Show here on WRMN. Don't forget that you can always find the podcast out there on your favorite podcasting platform. Stick around. We've got Brian Kilmeade taking us out the rest of the evening here. Stick around. We've got more WRMN goodness just around the corner.